Since the dawn of time, humanity has chased the same mystery, the unseen essence that breathes within us. Some called it spirit, others breath, or soul. The body dies, returns to dust, but the soul sets out, on a path beyond sight, beyond time. Some say it rises to the sky, others that it returns to earth, or is born anew in another life. Tonight, we listen to the whispers of civilizations that sought the answer. For the oldest story ever told began with a single question: where does the soul go? For the Egyptians, death was not an end, but a trial. The soul stood before Osiris and offered its heart, the record of every act, good or evil. Silence filled the hall of two truths. On one side, a heart, on the other, the feather of Ma'at. If the heart was light, eternity awaited. If heavy, the beast Ammit devoured it, and the soul was lost forever. Egypt reminds us, do not fear death, fear the weight of your own heart. Between the Tigris and Euphrates, where cities first rose, death was silent. The Sumerians believed the soul descended into Ker, the land of shadows. No light, no darkness, only dust and echo. 7 gates led to the realm of Ereshkigal. The soul shed something at each, its clothes, its name, its power, until only essence remained. For them, death was not punishment but acceptance. In stillness, the soul found balance once more. Zoroaster saw humanity between two forces, light and darkness. Every thought, word, and deed tilted the scale. After death, the soul reached the Sırat Bridge. For the righteous, it widened and shone like dawn. For the wicked, it thinned and vanished into shadow. The teaching still whispers, which side do we feed each day, the light or the dark? For ancient Israel, death meant waiting apart from God. Sheol, a shadowed realm with neither reward nor punishment. Souls did not speak or laugh there, yet prophets dreamed of a day when God's breath would raise the bones again. Even silence held a promise, the quiet prophecy of resurrection. After death, the soul boarded Charon's boat to cross the river Styx. Each carried one coin, the fare for passage. Beyond lay 3 paths, heroes to Elysium, the ordinary to Asphodel, the wicked to Tartarus. Even in death, the Greeks believed, destiny followed choice, you walk in death as you walked in life. In ancient Greece, a few souls reached immortality, through heroism or divine favor, welcomed upon Mount Olympus. Above the clouds, bathed in lightning, the gods lived untouched by death. Time stood still, and eternity breathed. Perhaps Olympus was not about never dying, but about touching the divine, to understand, to feel eternity. In Christianity, death is not the end but the beginning. On Judgment Day, all souls stand before the divine light. The righteous rise, the wicked fall, yet mercy leaves a door open, even for the lost. For them, death was transformation, not loss, for love itself is eternal. In Hindu belief, life is a circle, opened by birth, but never closed by death. The soul travels through samsara, the endless cycle of rebirth, growing wiser with each return. Good deeds lift it upward, selfish ones pull it down. When wisdom is complete, the cycle breaks, and the soul finds moksha, eternal peace. Hindu philosophy reminds us, we are reborn not with every birth, but with every awakening. The Buddha taught, the root of suffering is desire. As the soul lets go of craving, the chain of rebirth dissolves. One who attains nirvana no longer says, I. The self becomes like water turning to mist, merging with all. The path of Buddhism is not to vanish, but to transcend. In silence, all becomes one, beyond pain, beyond self. In Chinese belief, the soul descends into Diyu, the realm of 10 courts. 10 judges, 10 trials, each purifying sin through experience. Every punishment cleanses, until the spirit is light again and ready to be reborn. Even hell, they say, is a school, for only the purified can ascend to heaven. In Japanese myth, the soul passes into Yomi, a misty land of lost light. But for the pure of heart, another gate opens, the Pure Land. There, the spirit joins the radiance of Amida's realm. Yomi exists in darkness, Pure Land in light, both tell the same truth, the path to light lies within. For ancient Africa, death was not an ending, but a return home. The soul joined its ancestors, never lost to the earth. Each newborn carried the echo of those before. In the rhythm of drums, in the dance of life, the past breathed again. Life and death were one breath, death merely a pause before return. The Nile was more than a river, it was the road to the heavens. At night, the stars reflected on its waters, guiding souls to eternity. With each sunrise, those united with the gods were reborn in light. The Nile teaches us, the soul flows endlessly, every source of water a mirror of eternity. To the Inca, the Andes were alive. After death, the soul descended into Ukupasha, the golden garden beneath the earth. The serpent and puma guided it, wisdom and strength united. There, the soul met the radiant light beneath the soil. Inca wisdom says, as the soul sinks into the earth, it comes closest to the heavens. For the Aztecs, death was a journey, long, perilous, and sacred. The soul crossed 9 gates of Mictlan, each a trial: wind, fire, blade, darkness. At the end, it merged with the sun, joining the eternal cycle. They believed, only those who die bravely truly live, for death itself is the final dance with the gods. They believed that beyond the mists lay Tir Nog, the land of youth, where time stood still. The souls of heroes crossed the sea on shining horses, as the northern lights danced in the sky. Death was merely a doorway, from the pale world into eternal spring. The Celts whispered, the soul never grows old. It only leaves its memories behind and returns to the light. For the people of the steppe, the soul was freedom itself. Death was the journey to Tengri's sky. The virtuous ascended to Yugmak, the corrupted fell to Tamu. Yet all souls, in the end, rode the wind into the heavens. The Turks believed, man does not die, he simply rises. For the sky was his first home. The soul passes through death's gate, but the path does not end. In the grave, questions begin, and then comes the day of reckoning. Every soul must cross the Sırat Bridge, thinner than hair, sharper than a sword. The righteous pass in light, the corrupt fall into fire. Yet even at the end, mercy remains, for God's light reaches even the shadows. For the Vikings, death was not the end of battle but its continuation. Those who died by the sword were carried by Valkyries to Odin's golden hall, Valhalla. There they feasted and fought forever, but those who died in peace rested in Helheim's cold shadows. For them, cowardice was the only sin, bravery, the only path to eternity. The ancient people of Australia saw the world born from the dreamtime, and death was a return to that dream. The soul joined the song of the ancestors among the stars. Every stone, every river, a note in that melody. The Aborigines believed the soul never dies, for the world itself is the dream of the soul. For the people of the Pacific, the ocean was both life and death. The soul returned to the ancestors by merging with the sea. The waves were prayers, the wind, the breath of the gods. Death was not disappearance but transformation, for mana, the life force, never dies. It only changes form. To the tribes of North America, the soul walked west, following the setting sun, guided by eagles, wolves, and buffalo. Beyond the horizon, it joined the eternal circle of nature. Their wisdom said, the soul does not belong to the earth, it is the whisper in the wind, the echo among the stars. The Gnostics taught that the soul ascends through the spheres of heaven to return to the divine light. Each layer is a trial, each star a lesson. Salvation comes through knowledge, ignorance is darkness, wisdom is light. Salvation, they said, is not outside but within. The light was always there. Modern humanity has returned to the ancient question, where does the soul go? The answer now lies among the stars. With the breath of the cosmos, souls are reborn, galaxies pulse like the heartbeat of existence. Every death a beginning, every life a remembrance. The soul does not die, for the universe itself is soul. Thousands of years, thousands of beliefs, yet all whisper the same truth. The soul does not die. Light, shadow, earth, sky, and sea, all are stations on the same path. Perhaps the journey of the soul is simply the story of humanity's eternal search for truth.